Hello guys! Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, i-share ko sa inyo yung naging journey ko and how I learned how to speak Spanish. Tips and tricks na rin kung paano ako natuto ng Spanish and how you can improve it. No, hindi ako nag-Duolingo. Hindi ako nag-enroll sa language learning center like Instituto Cervantes. And speaking Spanish is also not my bread and butter. If interesado ako sa video na to, just keep on watching. Disclaimer lang guys, I am not fluent in Spanish, but just in case you're wondering kung ano ang level ko sa Spanish, you can watch my videos here in YouTube. Majority ng ina-upload ko dito sa channel ko ay in Spanish because my niche here in YouTube is I teach Spanish speakers Tagalog. Also, if there is something that I am really proud of about my level in Spanish is nung first time kong pumunta sa Spain, ako lang mag-isa, I spoke to them in Spanish. Pure Spanish, walang English. When it comes to ordering food in the restaurant,
sopa de picadillo. Segundo, bacalao de la plancha y calamares. Y para los postres, ambos son tarta de queso casera. Gracias.
Asking directions sa mga lokal, pag nakikipag-usap ako sa kanila, all were in Spanish. So, ayun, without further ado, share ko sa inyo yung naging journey ko sa pag-aral ko ng Spanish from the beginning. Alright? Nagsimula talaga yung consciousness ko sa pag-aaral ng language nung grade 4 ako. When we were young, meron kaming small shelf sa bahay. Mostly ang nandun sa shelf namin ay mga reference book like encyclopedia, almanac, geography books, and isa doon ay Spanish dictionary. Ganito lang siya kalaki. Naging interesado ako suddenly sa Spanish. And tatandaan ko din na when I would create poems in English, tapos ita-translate ko word for word in Spanish. And I know it didn't make sense, pero wala. Yun lang ang meron ako. That's the only resource na meron ako sa Spanish. And hindi naman tayo lumaki sa yaman. Wala kaming computer that time, wala akong internet. And my parents enrolling me in a language school was a least priority. Fast forward 2013, when I was in college, dun na ako nagseryoso mag-aral ng Spanish. And this leads us to my first tip, notebook. Naaalala ko, way back 2013, nung second year college ako, meron akong notebook. No? Sa notebook na yon, lahat ng natututunan ko, ililista ko. And yan yung nakikita ko sa common pitfall ng mga language learners, nagre-rely dito sa utak nila. Pero, we have to accept the fact na tayo makakalimutin. Humans are naturally forgetful. Kaya kinakailangan na meron tayong somehow na notebook na mababalikan. Mare-review natin yung napag-aralan natin. So, second tip, yung pinaka-pinag-aralan ko talaga when I was starting Spanish was Lightspeedspanish.com. Kung gusto nyo matuto ng Spanish and you're on a budget, free lang to, Lightspeed Spanish Podcast. And no, hindi to sponsored videos. Hindi ako connected kay Lightspeed Spanish, but I just like promoting it. When my friends are asking me saan ako natuto ng Spanish, lagi ko sinasabi, Lightspeedspanish.com. So, Lightspeedspanish.com teaches Castilian Spanish. Free lang siya, very useful talaga, and masasabi ko na yung building blocks, yung sentence pattern, dito ko natutunan. Lahat ng knowledge ko to kickstart para kaya ko na makipag-usap sa native speaker, dito ko natutunan sa lightspeedspanish.com. Check nyo rin yan guys. And this leads me to third tip. Diba sabi ko na ang matututunan dito sa Lightspeed Spanish is Castilian Spanish or Spanish from Spain. Karamihan sa language learners na na-encounter ko, ng mga friends ko, and nababasa ko rin sa forum is nai-stuck sila sa tanong na, what should I study? Latin American Spanish ba? Or Spanish from Spain ba? May kaibahan ba ang dalawa? Hanggang sa naa-analysis paralysis na sila, hindi na sila nakapag-start. Ending, walang progress. Huwag niyong i-overcomplicate kung ano yung dapat niyong matutunan. All you have to do is to start. Kung ang available na resource mo ay Castilian Spanish, so be it. Kung ang available mong resource ay Latin American Spanish, so be it. Ang mahalaga, huwag kang ma-analysis paralysis dahil regardless kung ano ang matutunan mo, kung Latin American Spanish man yan or Castilian Spanish, magkakaintindihan din yan. Just like when you are learning English from USA and British English. Kung ang resources na nakikita nyo dito sa Pilipinas, nagtuturo ng Latin American Spanish, use it. It's still useful. Guys, it's okay to have preference. It's okay also kung yung employer nyo nagre-require ng certain kind of Spanish. Pero what is not okay is having that preconception in your mind na mas superior ang Castilian Spanish, na medyo inferior itong Latin American Spanish, because that is not true. All types of Spanish are beautiful. Regardless kung ano yung matutunan mo, embrace it. Embrace the language. And language is meant for us to be united para mas maintindihan pa natin ang bawat isa. Not to divide us, di ba? Sana hindi siya magkaroon ng sort of racism, sort of superiority na, I know how to speak in Castilian accent. All types of Spanish are beautiful. Lagi niyo yung tatandaan. It's better to start right now. Don't overcomplicate it, okay? So for my fourth tip, Interpals.net. So ano tong Interpals.net? It's basically a language exchange website. When we say language exchange, magpapaturo ka sa isang tao ng language, and yung tao na yon tuturuan mo ng isang language pabalik. So exchange, tulungan. Yun na yung pinakabayad nyo. Free lang din to, wala akong binayad. I was a college student that time, so wala talaga akong pambayad. Dito ko na nakilala yung mga friends ko from Colombia, from Venezuela, from Costa Rica. Merong mga pailan-ilan from Spain, pero kadalasan talaga dito sa Colombia, sa Ecuador. Yun yung mga nakikilala ko. And until now, friend ko pa rin sila kahit matagal na. Nagpapaturo sila sa akin ng English, and in return, they will teach me how to speak Spanish. And natatandaan ko, mag-video call kami through Skype, and magbabasa kami ng news article, let's say in Spanish, and we will dissect the article word for word or phrase by phrase. And tatanungin niya ako if naintindihan ko. Included in this tip is, once na naka-obtain ka na ng essential building blocks, marunong ka na mag-construct ng own sentence, familiar ka na sa sentence construction patterns nila, meron ka ng sufficient basic vocabulary, may alam ka ng mga basic nouns, as soon as na-reach mo yung level na yon, don't hesitate na makipag-usap na sa native speaker kasi dun ka matututo. And yes, sa una, meron kang hindi maiintindihan. Sa una, mag-Google Translate ka pa. Pero it's okay kasi sa susunod, alam mo na. And I would attribute 80% of my Spanish sa Interpals.net dahil dito ko talaga na-meet yung mga nakakausap real time, no? You don't have to travel to Spain para makakilala ng mga language speakers. At the comfort of your home, pwede ka mag-aral ng Spanish, pwede mo ma-practice yung Spanish mo. And during that time, natatandaan ko kasi, ang hirap maghanap sa Facebook na pwede mong kausapin in Spanish. And hindi pa uso dati yung mga Facebook groups, na mahirap talaga. But I think today, no, it's gonna be easier for you to find your language exchange partners. Pero if you're looking specifically for an environment na magla-language exchange lang kayo purely, I highly recommend Interpals.net. Very willing sila dyan. And talagang yung mga tao doon is not to simply socialize but to learn a language. So parehas kayo ng objective. Fifth tip ko, very powerful to. Compare Spanish side by side sa Filipino or sa any native tongue mo. When I would encounter certain phrases in Spanish, susulat ko yan and tatabihan ko siya ng Tagalog sentence. And from that, makikita mo yung similarities. You are doing this because you are dissecting the language. And masusurprise ka na yung Tagalog and Spanish, there will be some similarities. Minsan, hindi mo maiintindihan bakit ganun na naging construction if you're learning it in English. But, if you compare it with Tagalog, malalaman mo na meron din palang gantong counterpart sa Tagalog. It's an aha moment sa'yo, no? It's a good approach to have a reference. It's gonna be easier. Hindi lahat magkakaroon ng kaparehas. We'll find out na may kaibahan ang Spanish, may kaibahan ang Tagalog. Ang pinaka-importante is you establish that reference na very familiar sa'yo, very familiar sa way of thinking mo. Malalaman mo when you're speaking in Spanish, oops, I should not think like a Filipino, I should think in Spanish. Possible na maiwasan mo yung mga common grammatical mistakes if you are referencing it to Tagalog. Dito ko naalala yung professor ko in college. She said na magandang mag-aral ng isang kasanayan kung aaralin mo ito sa wikang pinaka-komportable ka. Be it Tagalog, be it Cebuano, be it Ilocano, I'm gonna tell you it's gonna be faster. 6th tip na tayo, and sa 6th tip na to, I'm going to introduce to you sa sponsor ng ating video for today. It's Utalk App. I myself is a Utalk user and gumagamit ako ng Utalk nung nag-aaral ako ng Ilocano, Cebuano, and ng Portuguese. What I really like about this Utalk is very aligned siya dun sa paniniwala ko. You have to study a skill, whether it's a language or a technical skill, in a language na pinaka-komportable ka. In this case, si Utalk, pwede mong pag-aralan ang isang language sa chosen language mo. Let's say yung mga viewers ko na nag-aaral ng Tagalog, pwede nilang mapag-aralan ng Tagalog in Spanish na native tongue nila. Kasi mas mahirap sa mga Spanish speakers na mag-aral ng Tagalog kung ang mga available resources lamang ay in English. So better and mas mabilis nila mapag-aaralan ng isang language kung aaralin nila ito in Spanish. So I highly recommend this app. I myself also use this and I will never promote an app na hindi ko pinaniniwalaan. I'll put my discount link dito. Using my link, pag nag-register ka, you'll get 30% off lifetime na yon. And just to share, when I was learning Portuguese, ginamit ko ang Utalk. Nag-aaral ako ng Portuguese using Spanish. Not in English kasi I know na mas madali kong magagrasp ang isang Romance language pag inaaral ko to side by side. Portuguese, Spanish, mas madali siyang matututunan. Try nyo rin guys, it's a game changer. 7th tip natin is manood ka ng Spanish vlogs. Pwede ka mag-turn on ng subtitle, pero kung gusto mong i-challenge ang listening skills mo, pwede mo rin i-turn off para malaman mo kung naiintindihan mo na ba talaga. Ma-expose yung tenga mo sa natural speed ng pagsasalita ng isang native speaker. Sometimes kasi, yung mga resources na gamit natin is mababagal magsalita at kapag nandun ka na sa actual na pakikinig, ang bilis na, suddenly hindi mo na sila maintindihan. And sometimes, it just takes a practice. Hindi mo talaga kailangan yan maintindihan word for word. Aminado ako, hindi ko 100% naiintindihan ang mga native speaker. Few words lang ang kailangan natin maintindihan. Few words, few phrases, and kapag pinagsama-sama mo na sila, lahat ng words na nare-recognize mo, magkakaroon ka ng comprehension. Kasi meron talaga mga likas na mabibilis magsalita. Pag na-expose yung tenga mo, masasanay ka na how they contract certain words. Masasanay ka rin sa humor nila, masasanay ka rin sa mga slangs, something na hindi mo matututunan sa textbooks. 8th tip na tayo guys, expose yourself sa native speakers. Ang mahalaga kasi dito, two-way process of communication. Ikaw, nagsasalita, and sila nagsasalita sa'yo, nakikinig ka. If you can, travel. Pero if wala pa tayong budget, share ko din sa inyo yung ginawa ko. Tatandaan ko, nung nasa Makati ako, I booked a Grab, and Grab share lang yon dahil alam niyo naman na tipid mode tayo that time. Mag-isa lang ako, and ang mahal ng Grab that time. Yung nakasabay ko, isang Spanish couple. So, dalawa sila, nasa likod ko sila, hindi ko alam na Spaniard sila. Basta alam ko lang foreigners. Pero, nung nag-uusap na sila, may mga nare-recognize na akong words, no? Nilakihan ko lang yung sagap ng wifi natin. Nung narinig ko na, Spanish to kinausap ko na sila. I am an introvert. I am not a people person. Pero ganun talaga, kailangan maging proactive tayo when it comes to language learning. Kailangan makipag-usap tayo and get out of our comfort zone. Tanggalin natin yung hiya, tanggalin natin yung fear na baka magkamali tayo kasi magkakamali ka talaga. Nakapag-usap ako sa mga kagrab ko. And ayun, we had a wonderful conversation. Tinanong ko kung ilang araw sila mag-i-stay sa Pilipinas, kung saan sila papunta. And ma-apply nyo rin yan kapag nagta-travel kayo, let's say sa Cebu, sa Palawan, sa El Nido, yung mga pugad ng foreigners, di ba? Hindi sila kakausap sa'yo kasi how would they know that you speak in Spanish? Kailangan ikaw ang kakausap sa kanila. And that's your challenge. Another way din is uma-attend ako lagi ng Dia del Libro. Gumawa din ako ng vlog dun sa personal Facebook ko when I attended Dia del Libro. So Dia del Libro is an annual event ng Instituto Cervantes sa Ayala, Makati. And doon, kaka-enkwentro ka talaga ng mga Spanish speakers. It's a Hispanic event and every Spanish-speaking person knows that event. And hindi lang yon, makakamit ka rin ng mga Pinoy na nag-aaral din ng Spanish. So how cool is that? No? Mag-exchange kayo ng Facebook o nag-aaral ka na rin pala ng Spanish o share tayo ng resources, di ba? Ninth and final tip na tayo, don't think it's difficult, okay? Madalas ko makita to sa feed ko when I see people learning Spanish na ang hirap daw ng Spanish. Ang daming conjugation, may subjunctive mood pa. It's true, it's challenging, it's tedious, but don't ever put that in your head na mahirap ang isang bagay. Dahil kapag inisip mo na ang Spanish ay mahirap, most likely isasara mo na yung libro mo, susukuan mo na. Kasi nagkaroon ka na ng limiting belief. So huwag mong iisipin na mahirap ang isang bagay in any aspect of your life. Hindi lang sa Spanish, but sa work, sa business, in any aspect. Sa finances, huwag mong iisipin mahirap ang isang bagay. Dahil pag inisip mo yan, magiging totoo. Isipin mo lang na challenging, doable to. And it's gonna take a lot of effort dahil adult na tayo, hindi tayo sanggol na nakaka-absorb kagad ng mga languages. It's challenging, it's tedious, but it's doable. Don't ever think na mahirap ang Spanish. Kailangan mo i-accept na sa umpisa, magme-memorya ka. Subjunctive mood, magme-memorya ka ng iba-ibang klase ng past tense. Pero over time, kapag ginagamit mo siya madalas, pag gumagawa ka ng sentences madalas, nagsusulat ka, nakikipag-usap ka sa mga native speaker, magiging automatic sila. Hindi mo kailangan hugutin ulit yan sa utak mo. It's gonna be intuitive kapag lagi mo siyang ginagamit. Okay guys, tapos na tayo sa mga tips. Congratulations sa pag-aaral ng Spanish. Napakagandang language ng Spanish and it's a language of our history. Kung ito ay pinag-aaralan mo sa work mo or sa career progression mo, best of luck sa'yo. Thank you sa panonood ng aking channel. I hope you found these tips useful. Final message ko lang sa inyo guys na kapag sumali kayo sa mga Facebook groups, makaka-enkwentro kayo dyan ng mga very passionate Spanish speakers. Very passionate to the extent na they hate English, they hate the Americans, na they think na superior ang Spanish. And I hope na huwag kayong humantong sa level na yon, na it's okay to love Spanish, but huwag kayong maging passionate to the extent na nag-i-spread na kayo ng hate. Ang language bridge yan of communication para magkaintindihan pa tayo. Maintindihan natin ang kultura ng isa't isa, not to spread hate. It's okay to love Spanish. I love Spanish. I promote Spanish sa page ko, sa mga kaibigan ko, sa YouTube ko, but don't ever promote hate. Also, pag-aralan mo ang Spanish because gusto mo talaga siya, it's useful sa career progression mo, but don't have that in your mind na mag-aaral ako ng Spanish to be superior. Mag-aaral ako ng Spanish because gusto kong maging magaling sa paningin ng lahat. Pag ganun ang motivation natin, I would say it's gonna be futile. Always be humble when it comes to learning, share what you know, and be open to everything. So yun lang guys, thank you so much. Bago ka pa lang sa channel na to, please consider subscribing. And if this video is helpful, give this a thumbs up. Thank you so much guys, and hasta luego!